Boy, man, after all these years, I still got young shooting their shot at me. I thought I would age out the game by now, but I'm still kind of young. I'm not invisible yet. But one day I will be invisible, so that's why I'm getting that money ready, man. So I will never ever be invisible. you know. But a lot of guys, man, they got that loser attitude, man. And you'll never win if you got the loser attitude. I'm hearing a lot of these guys complaining, these incels and black pillars and stuff. They're complaining about their situation, man. Talking about it's over, and I'm like, brother, you'll never win with that attitude, bro. You gotta have more focus and more concentration, man. Grasshopper. You gotta have more focus and concentration, grasshopper. You gotta focus the mind, man. Like Bruce Lee, be like water, my friend. Be like water. You feel what I'm saying? Meaning that you can adapt to any situation that you get put in. You feel what I'm saying? I am not working out today, bro. I have to heal my body after working out for about 4 days in a row. I think I deserve a day or two off, man. I deserve a day or two off. I might take 2 days off just to let my body heal up. But yeah, man, a lot of them guys, they defeat themselves, man. I told you it's about your parents, who your parents were. Your parents didn't really amount to anything, man. They pushed that loser vibe on you, man. I know my mother, she was doing everything she could to destroy my confidence and everything, bro. Like, she was a loser, so she wanted you to be a loser too. My dad was a loser, so they wanted you to be a loser too. They didn't believe in education, and they didn't believe in getting the bag. They passed that shit down to their children, man. The parents. You feel me? They don't encourage college, getting a degree and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? You know,
Wait.
and you got guys out here they've been taught by their mothers and fathers, how to lose, man. Like, this is how you lose, son. Just like this. You know what I'm saying? But me, man, I was totally different from my mother and father. I swear I was, bro. That's why I entered martial arts, man. You know, right now I'm goal driven. So that's something that my mother and my father didn't have. They didn't stick with something for like 5 or 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Or even years at a time. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't stick with it. You feel me? My mother stuck with nothing, bro. My father didn't stick with nothing. Didn't commit to anything. All he did was commit to getting pussy his whole entire life. That's all he cared about, man. Was procreating. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, you know what, bro? When it's all said and done, at least I got to experience life. At least my mother and father gave me life. I got to come down to earth, and experience all this life. Because I couldn't have been born at all. You know what I'm saying? See, at least you get to live. Like that scientist said, man, I'd rather have lived than not have lived at all. I'd rather have lived than not lived at all. That's what he was saying. I think Neil, I forgot his name. Man. I need me a coffee. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get. I don't buy coffee at Starbucks, man. I don't buy cappuccino at Starbucks. What's up, man? Yeah, man. So the parents, what's up with it, Captain Morgan? I mean, Captain Captain Commander. I called you Captain Morgan again. you know, you know, it's just like your parents is the first teachers of life, man. And that's why I always, you know, that's why I always say your parents are the cause of all your sadness and your misery, because they should have got you ready, from the get go. The moment you came out of the womb, they should have been, teaching you do this, do that. Especially if you know that your son is not going to be good looking or just average looking at best when he gets older. Most of us can't make money on our looks. You feel what I'm saying? Most of us are not Jerry Meeks, Chad Romes. Most of us are not like that. So we gotta take the hard road. You know. Oh, I was waiting for this coffee, guys. I want to get something warm right now. I just want a hot cappuccino. And to be honest, man, I don't think capoeira was the right martial arts to be in, man. You know, uh, capoeira is very limited. It's all kicks, man. No elbows, no punches. We didn't focus on none of that. You know, I should have been in like boxing, or wrestling, jiu-jitsu, stuff that was more effective. But I only gravitated towards capoeira because it was free. It was free for the youth at the time, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I could have went to boxing and became a heavyweight champion, man. I could have been, what I'm saying, instead of going to capoeira. What was I doing? What was I thinking? It's just capoeira is very limited. Yeah, it is effective against somebody who don't know it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't make money off of it. You can't make a career out of it. You feel what I'm saying? It's an art form that is just for like, a few years, man. I was thinking in my head, I was like, damn, I should have been getting out of capoeira like around like, I started at 15. At 17, we should have stopped and got off into something else. You know? Should have maybe got into some taekwondo. maybe started going to like movies, get into movies and stuff. You should have did what Michael J. White did, get into karate movies and stuff. You were flying through the air. You was doing no hand cartwheels, backflips. You was doing all them flashy movements that was good for cameras. You know what I'm saying? And I could have did something with that.
What can I get started for you?
Cappuccino, warm.
Okay, cappuccino. What size?
Give me a small.
A small cappuccino hot?
Yeah.
Any sweetener?
The sugar.
Just sugar. Okay. Let me get their drinks out of the way, and then I'll start on that cappuccino for you, okay?
No problem. What's up with it? Yeah, I could have took it to Hollywood. I could have been looking for opportunities that was gonna benefit me in the long run. That's what my homeboy Latif did. He was a capoeirista and he went to Hollywood and he got some breaks, man. Now he didn't get no big roles, but he got some, he got some shine, you know. But I could have been not just capoeira, I could have been just other martial arts like taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, karate. You know what I'm saying? I could have been in those type of martial arts where I got bigger roles. You know what I'm saying? Should a little bit of capoeira, a little bit of taekwondo. Maybe could have got my black belt. And karate, you know what I'm saying? Could have got my black belt in karate and dedicated myself to the martial arts that destroyed motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? I could have did Muay Thai. You feel me? I could have did a lot of stuff, but my parents, they didn't care about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you surrounded in a family where they don't care about the bag. Nobody even, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I could have been in some Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Yeah, I could have been. You know what I'm saying? I started capoeira in 1995. After 4 or 5 years of training, I could have been in there, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you got people around you that don't think like that. That's why so many poor people and very little rich people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to change for the bag, man. Not even your parents. You know, they got low self-esteem, low confidence. You know, when you got parents that are like that, bro, it's like, man. And that's why I got away from my parents, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but now I got a new attitude, man. My thing is, get the bag at all costs. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, crabs in the barrel mentality. Yep, that's what your parents have. They wasn't nothing, so they want you to be nothing too, My dad's mentality, yeah, well, you can't take the money with you, so why get rich? And you're right, you can't take it with you, but you can enjoy it while you living, man. You can enjoy that money while you alive. You know what I'm saying? Forget all that, bro. And then they teach you that attitude of like, just live life how it comes, Don't go for more. Don't be disciplined. You don't need to be disciplined. It's okay to lose at life. You know what I'm saying? They let you know that it's okay to lose. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not okay to lose. That's not a good thing to be seen as. It's a loser in life, man. It's not a good thing. And as you get older, it gets worse because people look at you like, damn, bro, you supposed to have got that bread right about now. How old are you? You 35, 40. Man, you supposed to have had some accomplishments or something. You know what I'm saying? When you young, you can get away with it. Like when you in your 20s and 30s, I mean, when you in your 20s, you know, stuff like that, man, they'll let you get away with not accomplishing anything because you're young. You ain't lived long enough. But when you get to like 35, 40, they expect you to have some accomplishments, man. You know what I'm saying? In society, they look at you as a straight up bum material loser, man. And then you got guys out here that don't think they can do it. You know what I'm saying? And they got low self-esteem and low confidence, and that shit it follows you into your adulthood. People don't think it does, but it do. You know, it does. It follows you into your adulthood, and you keep living like that until the day that you die, because that's the way you was taught coming up. That it's okay to be a loser. You know, don't worry about it. I mean, we all start off being losers when we first start off. You feel what I'm saying? We all, you feel me? But to remain that way your whole entire life, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Until the day that you die, you know, to remain that way until the day that you die, or until you get old. Hello.
You paying cash or card today, sir?
Cash, please.
And you're paying card, he's paying cash. Okay. Comes to small cappuccino with sugar. Comes to $5.80. And do you have a card with us?
I used to. I lost it.
Okay, I'll start you with another card. Thank you so much for your patience.
That's okay.
Go. Here's your
Thank
card.
you.
Oh, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Hey, thank you. And guys, I just have to get these people, and I'll start on those coconut lattes. What can I get? Two separate orders. And how many cards? That's normally. Okay, so
And if we be disciplined, we'll get that back, man, at all costs. You know. Yeah, you gotta drive each other to be better. It's the way you was taught, man. You know, children are not disciplined by themselves. They can't learn it by themselves. They're learning from their parents. You know what I'm saying? You know, the parents teach them that. And over time, they get to see that, hey, through discipline, I can achieve things as long as I stick to it and commit. You know what I'm saying? For the long haul, though. Not short term, long term. And they'll see that then once they accomplish things, their self-esteem goes up and up. You feel what I'm saying? Once you start seeing like, hey, I spent like 5 years chasing that goal right there, and I accomplished it. What else can I accomplish since I did that goal right there? You know what I'm saying? So then when they see that things can be done, when they see that they can accomplish things and with gradually get there, you know, like Nothing is overnight. That's one thing you gotta get that, you know, it's one thing you gotta get through your head. It's like nothing is overnight. But through time and discipline and focus, it can get done, you know. You can achieve it. You can become rich, but are you willing to be disciplined and sacrifice for it though? Some guys don't want to do that. It's like he succeed. He doesn't want to lose weight because he doesn't want to sacrifice the food to lose weight. He doesn't want to start fasting. He don't want to. He don't think it's important. He don't think that his legacy is important. You know what I'm saying? So he clowns around and does nothing throughout the years. He don't chase no bags, no money, shit like that, bro. He don't do that. You feel me? You know, he'll stay stuck for the next 8 years. No, next 8 years that pass by, he's still gonna be there. You know? Oh. You know? But he'll never lose weight because he would have done it by now, man. You know what I'm saying? He refused to change. He's the seed, bro. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? I guess he got an obsession with food, man. I mean, is food more important than get some coochie, bro? I don't think so. I think getting some coochie is more important than eating a bunch of junk all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't doing nothing but using that food as a cope. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's using that food as a cope. To cope whatever he's going through, like being an incel. You know, being an incel is not a positive thing to do or be. You know what I'm saying? So he's using that as a cope to cope his way through that inceldom, because he can't get a woman. So what do? He resort to food. You know, that releases dopamine or whatever they call it. That gets him a good high, you know. Makes him feel happy for only a temporary, you know, time, you know. You know, he use it as a cope. You know, motherfuckers, you know, they going through a hard time with females and can't get a woman, can't get a mate, so they turn to video games, they turn to food, they turn to alcohol, they turn to drugs. Feel what I'm saying? I know my homeboy Berto, he can't get a woman, you know what I'm saying, to save his life. And all he does is drink all day. You know what I'm saying? He don't really eat no food or nothing. He just drink all day. He probably has like 1 meal a day and shit. Fucking intermittent fasting. he's intermittent fasting and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know? It's a coping mechanism, man. Motherfuckers, you know, I mean, I sometimes I do it too, guys. I mean, I'm chasing this bag and I drink alcohol more than I should. You know what I'm saying? Like last night I didn't drink alcohol because I drank alcohol like 2 or 3 nights in a row. So I'm taking a break and I'm gonna take another night off. I ain't gonna drink no alcohol tonight. I'm just taking a couple of days off from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my mind gotta stay focused on this bag. But I'm moving along though. Some motherfuckers cope and just stay in one spot. You know what I'm saying? You know, all this time going by, man, you gotta be on your grind every single day. You feel what I'm saying? You stay on your grind every single day, man, and get that paper and keep on going after your goals, man, and everything will turn out good for you in the long run, though. See, I got that short-term thing out of my head, man. You know what I'm saying? Short-term pleasures. I don't deal with that. You know, dealing with boobs and stuff like that. That'll be short-term pleasure for me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'll have boobs in my face. But to me, that'll be short-term pleasure again. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going after long-term pleasure. Something that's gonna last me until my death, which is get in the bag and invest in that motherfucking shit to make sure I have a comfortable life from here on out to my dying day. You feel what I'm saying? You know, until I'm not living no more. For the last remaining days on this earth, I want to live lavish all the way to the end. I don't want to live struggling. That's not how I want to live. You don't want to live struggling your whole entire life. But some people, some men are comfortable with that. I want to get back into the motion of things, man. I want to get the bag and date like young females again. Like I did when I was in my 20s. I had no struggle. You know what I'm saying? Man, Thickums, she had a nice, man. Thickums had a nice pair of jeans on today. I was, man, she got a nice bottom on her. And I think she knows she does too, man, because she always wearing them jeans, you feel me? Thickums, she always wearing them jeans, you know? But she had some light colored jeans today, like the light blue. And man, my, thickness at last. thickness at with Martin Luther King. Thickness at last. My God, that's thickness at last. For real. Like, fuck that, man. You know. Yep. Yeah, keep going, whatever it is. Lottery, chase numbers, chase Hollywood. I mean, a lot of you niggas could be in Hollywood by now. You know, chase. If that's not for you, you can go to school, become a doctor or a lawyer, bro. You feel me? Become a doctor or a lawyer. Whatever is bringing home the bacon in large amounts. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure you you know, get that money, man. You feel me? Don't worry about what your parents said or what they did, because they failed in life, man. It don't mean that you have to fail too, man. You know, just because they failed in life, it don't mean that you gotta fail. And a lot of times we listen to our mothers and fathers and shit like that, man. And it sinks in our head, man. You know, some parents, you know they failed at life, but then they look at you, they go, oh, no, my son is not going to do the same thing that I did. No. No hanging out after school with a bunch of friends all the time. No dating in your teens. You got to stay focused on your shit. Like, you can't be out there dating and hanging out with women in your teenage years, man. That time you got to focus on building and focus on yourself. Focus on who you want to become. And then the women will come later, man. That's why I haven't been really dating. I mean, I could have been asked boobs out, man. I could have been, you know what I'm saying, got with that. The one thing about women is, like, you gotta get them while they like you, because they can lose interest really easily. Or maybe the interest is still there, but it mellows down. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I had a few women up in there, Filipinos in there that liked me and stuff, but I never acted on it, and I could tell throughout time the interest, it dies out. You feel what I'm saying? But like right now, it's a good time to get with boobs because her interest is still high. So it'd be time for me to make it and go in and make it for the kill. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not interested in dating right now. I'm just not interested. I'm just not. We need to focus on this money. You know what I'm saying? The women will be there once I get the money, man. They'll always be there. It ain't like she's the last woman on earth. You know? Yeah, get the bag, ask her to a hotel room. Yeah, I'm gonna take her to Vegas with me. I'll be like, you wanna come to Vegas with me? Sure. But I need to be dating her first before I take her anywhere, man. You feel me? So this bag is more important at this point, man. I've been chasing women and shit throughout my whole entire life. And that's the reason why I'm still here, because I put all the focus on women when I was in my 20s and 30s. We gotta get this bag first before we start dating. And then I could pull up on you with confidence. You know? I pull up on a broad with confidence. Like, bitch, what's up? You feel me? What's up? You feel what I'm saying? My thing is, long-term goals, that'll get you the bag. You know, like from like 1 to 5 years, you know. You know, just long-term goals. Because you know what's gonna happen if you don't do the long-term goal. If you're struggling and you ain't got no money, you broke, you're still at ground zero, you gotta do the long-term goals or you're gonna stay there forever. Like Mr. 27 years, man. Mr. 27 years, man, he never had a goal. He never thought to get money and stuff. His parents didn't teach him nothing, man. His parents didn't tell him, like, look, son, you're gonna be sub 5 when you get older. You better get out there and play some golf or something, some sports. You better be in sports. You better be chasing that bag. You better become an actor. You better become a huge doctor or a lawyer. You better You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 27 years is waiting on God to save him. Yeah. Hey, that ain't gonna never work. I told you guys, I don't believe in God. You know, uh, he kept saying it's in God's hands. It's in God's hands. I'm like, bro, you waiting on God to come and save you from your situation that you're in right now? You waiting for God to come and give you a woman? That's not gonna happen. Why? Because he simply does not exist. Period. You know. That's who you don't want to be like, guys. You don't want to be like 27 years, man. You know, you don't want to be like Mr. 27 years, because what's going to happen is, if you don't get the bag, you will. You will struggle for all eternity, bro. I mean, 27 years without a woman, though, bro. Oh, man, you know what, bro? Before I let that happen, I'll stop chasing the bag and go after a woman broke. before I let 27 years go by, bro, without having a female. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, hell no. You feel me? His confidence is probably very low. You know, he ain't got no fight in him. You feel me? You know, he ain't got no fight in him. Zero fight, like done for fight. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't gonna never get out of that situation, bro. He gonna come up on 30 years in 3 years. Watch, 3 more years gonna pass by. It's gonna be 30 years single. Oh, that's 3 decades, nigga. And I could tell by his pic on his I could tell by his pic on his profile, you know, and that he's sub 5. He got the what they call it, the center nasal folds and shit. You know, they deep in his skin. Oh man, if we get those, bro, it's over between you and young females. I know a homeboy who got those, and it's not from fat either. You know, bruh, you get those center nasal folds, it's a wrap. You better have some money, bro. You know, because you only get those when you start getting into your 30s and stuff. It's genetic. I'm glad. I'm glad it's genetic. I'm glad not every single human being gets those, bro. He got them. That motherfucker got them deep. And he has what they call it when you got one lazy eye. When you don't have like narrow vision, when one eye go to the side, like, you know, when you don't have straight eyes, you know, that's looking forward. You got one eye looking forward and one eye looking to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got that going on. So that's really fucked up. I can see why he been single for 27 years. That dude got to hit his face, bro. His mom and dad should have been like, look, you got to go to school and get all good grades. You got to go to college, get a huge degree. I mean, a huge degree. You got to be a surgeon. Fuck the top doctor, nigga. Fuck a top doctor. You need to be a surgeon for breast implants and all that other shit. You need to be making over 500 grand a year, bro. Because your face is hideous. Dude's face was jacked, bro. Like, and then he tried to come up on my channel and tell me what to do. Like, bro, get out of here, man. Please, bro. This dude talk about, don't disrespect your parents. I'm like, your parents disrespected you. They didn't make sure you got good grades, and they wasn't on your ass throughout your whole entire life about self-improvement and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They disrespected you, bro, by letting you not achieve anything with that face of yours, bro. I can't imagine having a face like that, though, bro. Mr. 27 years, man, bruh, I couldn't imagine having a face like that. My mother would have never got with a guy that looked like that. You feel what I'm saying? My mother would have never got with a guy that looked like Mr. 27 years. You know? You know? My mother would have never got with a dude that looked like that. And he tried to warn me. Yeah, he did. Trying to threaten me and shit. This motherfucker was trying to threaten me. What you gonna do, motherfucker? You ain't got no heart. You ain't got no fight in you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like they pulled the plug on your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? They pulled the plug on your ass for 27 years, man. You ain't never making it out. See, we gotta go the hard route, man, or we gonna suffer the same fate as 27 years. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I'd rather be in a situation struggling to get a girlfriend for the next like maybe year or 2 or 3 or whatever, than stay for 27 more years. I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen to me. Nope, that's not gonna happen to me. You feel what I'm saying? That is not gonna happen to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you need to do at this point in your life, man. You need to stay up on your grind, stay with the paper chase, and eventually you'll come out of that shit, bro. Don't like do nothing throughout your whole entire life, because you'll stay there your whole entire life. My thing is, I struggle getting girlfriends and stuff, man. I can attract women, bro, but they won't stick around for very long. Why? Because they got so many options. You know what I'm saying? And you try to dick them down, you even barebacking with them and thinking that they're gonna stick around because of that. Nope. Just because you beating the skins raw, it don't mean that they're gonna stick around with you, man. Them days are over. I thought for sure me and Ty Girl had something special for a minute, because we was exchanging liquids. I'm beating the coochie raw with no condom on, feeling all of her juices, and she's feeling all of my juices, and we exchanging liquids. I thought we was gonna be together for a minute, but nope. Them days is over because of the internet. Women got that shiny object syndrome. You know, oh, this guy, he's good looking, but he's broke. Or the other guy, he's like sub-5, but he has money. So they're gonna go with the sub-5 guy who got money. You know what I'm saying? And he was sub-5. The guy who stole Ty Girl from me because he had money. Ty Girl was nice looking though. She was average in the face. Nice big rump. Ooh, it was big. Like I'm talking about not just a handful. I'm talking about an arm full of ass. It's like you could put your arm around that big ass. Okay. She had nice titties on her. She was nice looking, man. That's the reason why it was so competitive, man. That's why I didn't get her, because other dudes wanted her too. The sub-5 dude, he wanted her too, man. You feel what I'm saying? He looked at her like, damn, look at them curves. Ooh, I'm gonna take this shit home. It's mine right here. And she probably told him about me and shit. He was like, man, fuck that other guy. I want this ass. This is my pussy. And he won too. You know what I'm saying? He took her away, even though she was more attracted to me than him. You know, I was 10 years younger than him and everything. Better looking. Not just 10 years younger, but I was better looking. And she enjoyed having sex with me, man. I mean, when I was hitting it back from behind, right? I was behind that nice, big, juicy, double-sized, big, fat ass she got. I was behind, hitting it from behind. And she looked back at me. She was like, oh, I could stay like this forever. She was like, oh, I could do this all night. I was like, damn, you dirty whore. When she said that, I said about 10 minutes later, I exploded inside of her, man. I didn't pull out. I was like, why pull out when it's feeling good on the inside? At that time, I was hella desperate for sex, bro. I was hella desperate for like a relationship. I was doing everything I could to try to keep females around, bro, including having unprotected sex. And that shit did not work. Because of the internet, they ain't sticking around, man. Just like the female that threw the fucking birth control pills on the bed, man. We had unprotected sex. She didn't stick around because we were. Nah, she found out something that she didn't like about me, and she disappeared. So that's been my problem for the last like 8 years. I can get the women into the bedroom. That's no problem. Especially having a nice body and shit like I do, muscles and stuff. I can get the women in the bedroom, but keeping them around for consistent sex, that's my problem. And then when they leave, I gotta find another female. It's gonna take me 1 or 2 months to find another one. And then you go through these droughts and you get tired of this shit. You feel what I'm saying? I don't never want to have a drought again. That's why I'm chasing the bag now. I want to be able to replace a girlfriend whenever I need to. If she get up and she leave, I got another one down the street that she been giving me the eye. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to stick around and be a victim to the drought. You fall victim to a drought. You feel me? I don't like droughts. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every man should have a drought. We're not built to have droughts. You feel what I'm saying? We're supposed to be busting nuts all the way into our death. We're supposed to be having sex with women all the way into our death. And I envy some of the guys that's on top right now, like Mayweather, Leonardo DiCaprio. These guys don't have droughts. They always got a woman on their side, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, 50 Cent. You think 50 Cent ever gonna have a drought in his life? Hell fucking no, bro. Mike Tyson, and even though he's sub-5, you think that Mike Tyson gonna ever have a drought in his whole entire life? Nah. And he has never had a drought ever since he became heavyweight champion. And think about it. A sub-5 Mike Tyson does better with women than me, who look better than him. You know what I'm saying? I'm above his looks level, and he's doing better than me. That's how I know money is king, man. I mean, looks too, man. Don't get me wrong. I think money and looks, they go neck and neck, man. Some people say, well, looks is more important than money. Yeah, to certain women, yeah, but then you got a handful of women, not just a handful, but millions of women out there that would choose money over looks. You hear what I'm saying? That's why sub-5 dudes who got money and status, they get play from these top tier females. Like that Puggy guy from Fresh and Fit. Okay, he's doing better in the dating market because of his status. He's doing better than me. You feel what I'm saying? That female that he was with that claimed that she was pregnant, you know what I'm saying? I could never pull none of that, bro. I couldn't pull that woman right there, man. You know what I'm saying? To me, she was like a 7 or 8 in looks. I couldn't pull that nowadays, but he can because why? He got looks. I mean, wait, he got status and money. He ain't got looks. He's sub-5 for sure. But, you know what I'm saying? Because he worked so goddamn hard to get to where he had to go, he's now having a better dating life than he was when he was broke. You feel what I'm saying? And I guess he tried to throw that female out of his crib, and she got butt hurt and spread the false ass rumor that she was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, don't move women into your crib, you fucking dumbass. That's a rookie move. Whatever happened to the fucking red pill shit that you guys was talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you move a woman into your house, you know? I heard heat is so big, he uses A flying saucer has his plate. Yeah. Yeah, because well, he's going to be in that situation until he gets money. No, he to succeed needs to get money. I told you, you certified guys, you don't know how bad you got it. You certified men needs money. He to succeed needs money. If you want to continue to be big like that, you're going to have to get money. Look, Tom Likas definitely certified, but he has a lot of money. He can get away with being big and certified. Matter of fact, my Tom Likas put on weight since he's been rich. You know what I'm saying? He said it himself. He was a -1. He's like, I said it again. I am a -1. You feel me? So you certified guys, you guys gotta understand. Because I got certified dudes that follow me, incel dudes and stuff. But I'm saying, if you're watching this and you certified, just let you know, if you don't get no money, it's gonna be over for you. It's gonna be done. It's gonna be finished. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Mike Tyson was certified like a motherfucker, bro. He had to become heavyweight champion just so he can get females to pay attention to him. That's probably what's motivating him too. He was tired of getting dissed by girls when he was a teenager. He wasn't a good-looking dude. No females wanted to deal with him, and that probably fueled his rage. At coming up, man. He would take that frustration out on the dudes in the ring, man. How he can't get a woman, he can't get a girlfriend. So he goes to the ring with that rage that I could never get laid. I'm gonna fuck you up, and that's the most dangerous motherfucker right there, bro. A motherfucker that can't get laid, and he full of drive and ambition, and you boxing with him in the ring. He probably had what they call it what they call it shit what they call it when a motherfucker hate that he's short, he take it out on bigger dudes. What's that syndrome called? Damn, can't think of it. I'm gonna take another sip of coffee. Oh, the Napoleon complex. That's what it is. He probably had a Napoleon complex. That's why he was going in there knocking them bigger dudes out in the ring. But not being able to get a woman probably fueled his ambition in that ring, bro. Mike Tyson. And then as soon as he got that belt around his waist, then all of a sudden females are paying attention. And now he's heavyweight champion. Now he's getting coochie. Because remember you saw that movie, right, with Mike Tyson? And he became champion. They went back to that hotel. And I guess his friend, Mike Tyson's friend, was being played by that dude that just died, Malcolm, the one that drowned. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Tyson was in the room tearing it up. I mean, they didn't show it, but you could hear the sounds coming from the room and coming from the room in the movie. And the dude was like, "Hey, Mike, is that shit good, bro? Is that shit good?" He was in the other room because Mike Tyson was finally getting some pussy, man. In the women that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? I just want some pussy, man. Yeah. Get a motherfucker just get laid, man. Can I get this? Can I get laid? You know. I don't talk to women unless I fornicate with them. I remember that part, man. Yeah. Remember he said that? He said you better shut up unless you wanna, you know. That girl got real quiet. I mean that reporter got real quiet. Are you talking down the turd? Oh man. You know, are you talking on the turn? You better be talking out the turn because nobody got love for Mike Tyson. Nobody has love for nobody has love for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta go extra mile. Think about it, man. Mike Tyson probably went years without a woman, bro. Like, he getting up every single morning, running and shit for miles and miles. No woman in his life. Hitting the heavy bag by himself over there, you know, hitting the mitts with the trainer and shit, sparring. No, going home, no woman. He just laying by himself in the bed, getting ready for training the next day. That was his life, and he had to eat healthy, you know. Custom model took him in and shit because he saw potential in him. But throughout them years of training, he didn't have no women, and they didn't want to talk about women at the dinner table because Mike Tyson wasn't getting no women, bro. Remember in that movie, and somebody mentioned women or girls or something, and then Custom Model was like, "Oh, we don't want to talk about girls right now. We don't want. Oh, come on." You know, it was arguing. It was arguing about girls and stuff. What's up with it? It was arguing about girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then because Mike Tyson wasn't getting any girls, so nobody. That was you know, that was something that he didn't like, Mike Tyson, to be talked about. How he wasn't getting on women. As soon as he got that heavyweight championship belt years later, that's when they started kicking in doors, you see? You know, men got to go through a lot of bullshit and a lot of commitment and a lot of sacrifice just so we could get a piece of the pie that Chad and Tyrone get. Because they get women coming after them. They get women, hello. Morning. You know, they get women coming after them very easily. A lot of dudes gotta fucking work extra hard, you know what I'm saying? You know, just so they can get a woman, you know? And it's called genetics, man, you know what I'm saying? It's called genetics out here in these streets, you know? You born with good genetics, then you got women just chasing you. You average at best, you gotta put in work to chase women. And, you know, you feel me? Like me, I've always been the guy that had to put in work to get the woman, even when I was younger. You feel me? Like, even when I was younger, I had to dress up. I had to, you feel me? You know, I had to dress up. I had to do the better. I have to do better. I have to not. I can't get away with dressing like a bum. You feel what I'm saying? I can always like dress on point, have nice shoes, cologne on and stuff. I had to do the extra stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Nice clothes, like I said, nice clothes. You know, could I get away with being? We gotta go anyway, man. Can I get away with being a bum, looking like a? You know, I can't get away with that. Chad and Tyrone can get away with that. I told you my friend had a wrinkled shirt. My Arabic Chad friend. He had a wrinkled shirt. He went into the bar and still got a woman, bro, and still because of his face. You know what I'm saying? He even said it himself. He was like, man, I could go inside the bar with a wrinkled ass shirt and still pull a woman. And I was like, damn, I couldn't do that. Women wouldn't let me get away with a wrinkled ass shirt, especially if it's noticeable. Like the shirt is really noticeable wrinkled. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't get away with that. I would have to always dress on point. I gotta work out and be buff. You know, Chad and Tyrone don't have to be buff, man. They don't have to hit the gym. I mean, it's a plus. There are some Chads and Tyrones that do hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? But they don't necessarily have to hit the gym unless they're overweight, you know? But some of Chads and Tyrones got superior genetics. They don't put on weight easily at all, or they stay slender, or they stay just normal looking. These guys they got superior genetics, so women flock to them easy without any work being done. No, they don't have to get out there and become heavyweight champion of the world. They don't have to go out there and become a music mogul. You know what I'm saying? All they gotta do is just have a crummy ass job, and they'll still get women. Hell, they don't even have to have a job. They could be homeless and still get women, bro. Some of you guys about, well, Cat, bro, you homeless and you still pulling women, because some of them they're still attracted to me, man. What can I say? The looks have faded, you know, a little bit, but I still got the features. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I still got the hooded eyes. I'm not super tall and I'm not short. You feel what I'm saying? 5'9", which is, you can still get a woman around that height. You know, you're not considered short by all women, only by some women. Only some women consider you short. You feel what I'm saying? At that height. But my time is running out on my looks. Time is running out. Once I get the bag, I'm gonna go straight for boobs. Because I feel like when time is running out, you gotta act quickly and like, okay, I gotta enjoy this, being able to attract young females while it lasts, because it's not gonna last forever. You feel what I'm saying? Because my time is running out. Your time is running out too. Life ain't forever, man. Death is definitely gonna show up one day. Because I wanna fuck all the beautiful women, eat all the lobster, steak, and shrimp, travel the world before I die, man. You know, I wanna live it up before I die. And I done like heard about some like lotto winners who lived it up before they died, man. There was one lotto winner, I forgot his name, but he won like $30 million. And he was in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? And he died later in his mid to late 60s, you know what I'm saying? But he got to live it up before he died though, man. That's how I want to go out. I don't want to go out broke, dusty. You know what I'm saying? I want to go out a rich man, handing down my fortune to my young kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Or my children, you know? You know, yes, I have had women like me in the past when I was younger, and I still got them liking me today, man. Because I do take care of myself. You know, I'm out there working out. I just got done working out 4 days in a row, bro. You feel me? So the women are still attracted to the body, man. I still got that body gang. I've been fasting, I'm dropping weight and shit like that. So some women, they still find me attractive after all these years. But like I said, it's not gonna last forever. You feel me? It's not gonna last forever. Enjoy this shit while it lasts. Because nobody wants to be yesterday's news. Everybody wants to stay in the game. That's why dudes get money. It keeps you in the game, even though you have aged out of the game. Like, you got too old, like you gotta be 55, 60. Money will keep you in the game. By the time you get to be 55, 60, if you ain't got no money, you out of the game, man. And your pension, your retirement check is not gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? Not in this day and era. Maybe overseas it will, but not here. Because a pension, that shit is only $3,000 or $4,000 a month, man. That ain't no real money. That's why I say, man, when you young, reach for higher ground. So that way, when you get to be 55, 60, you can still date them hot women, man. Them young hot women. You feel me? That's all I'm prepping for. You know what I'm saying? Chads and Tyrones, they're a different breed, bro. They're a different type of animal. You can't compare yourself to them. You know what I'm saying? Just forget about it, man. Unless you come back reincarnated as a Chad or a Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? That's, forget about it. Your thing is get the bag so you can live their lifestyle. You know, you got Tyrese, he's living a lifestyle of a, sorry guys, I'm walking and shit. Sometimes out of breath. Tyrese, he's living a life of a Tyrone, even though he doesn't look like a Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's not on Tyrone's level, but he got the money, so he's attracting top tier women, and he ain't going through no droughts. Feel what I'm saying? He's sub-5. But what I respect about Tyrese is that he set long-term goals and he sticks with them because he knows that he's not that attractive. So he has to commit to singing, commit to writing songs back in the day. And he had to become a star. There was no way out for him. You feel what I'm saying? He had to go and make Sweet Lady and Why You Gotta Act Like That, them songs and shit like that. He had to do it. He had to commit himself because women didn't find him attractive when he was younger. And then he got some money, and then women started flocking to him. You know, and then after his music career had died, he was on to acting. You know, he was in Transformers, all them other big movies and stuff. You feel me? But he had to stay, you know, committed to like acting, meaning that he had to show up to all the auditions. But he already had his foot in the door with the music industry, so they already knew who he was. You feel what I'm saying? So, but still, he had to become a big-time actor and bring home the bacon, or the women weren't gonna fuck with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That means he had to read all the scripts, give me the script, give me my lines, and I'm gonna act them out. I'm gonna go in the bathroom, I'm gonna go to a hotel by myself, and I'm gonna focus on these lines, you know? I'm gonna focus on the script. That's what happened with that guy who played the Joker in one of the Batman movies. He said he used to go to a hotel by himself and be in there focusing on his lines and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, maybe he had people in his house or whatever, or maybe he had a wife that, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't focus, so he rented a hotel by himself, bro. And just focus on his Joker lines. You know, because he played the Joker for one of the Batmans. I forgot which one Batman he played in, but he just was in the hotel, focusing on his lines, acting them out in a hotel by himself, and kept doing it over and over again to get it perfect, man. Because you can't lose, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this world has fixed it to where the average man and the below average man definitely cannot fucking like fail in life. You feel what I'm saying? They fixed it that way. It's either you fail and you have a horrible life, or you succeed and you have a good life. That's it. Ain't no in between. It's either you having a horrible life, you're gonna have a horrible life, or you're gonna have a good life. That means that if you succeed in life, if you continue to pursue your goals and you accomplish things, you're gonna have a good life. Especially, you're gonna have a good life with women. You feel what I'm saying? You know. That was his name, Heath Ledger. You know what I'm saying? The guy who played the Joker, who rented a hotel and went in there focusing on himself. I ain't talking about his downfall. I'm talking about just focusing on himself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about his downfall. I'm talking about what he accomplished, man. He got the part, right? You feel me? He's dead now. I ain't talking about his downfall, man. I'm talking about what he did. You feel me? I'm just saying what he did to get the job done, you know? And sometimes your success can be your downfall too. Because Jean-Claude Van Damme, he started using drugs too. Because when you get money, you get around other rich people who got the coke and all the other stuff, you start sniffing, you know? And shit like that. You got so much money that you just started using drugs. You know what I'm saying? You know. My thing is, say no to them drugs. You can have some alcohol every now and then, but don't lose yourself. Because what happens is, and it always happens to a lot of rich men, they get involved with these women who got the drugs in their coochie and in their breasts. You know, you got women coming there, party, they got these big ass titties, you know what I'm saying? And then they sit down next to you and like, look, I got this. They pull some drugs out of their tits and tell you to snort the shit off their tits, you know? You know? It be the females that be introduce you into the drugs because you be getting involved with them. They be the hottest females too, man. They pull out a big ass line of coke. They pull out a big ass line of coke. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So I advise you, don't get into drugs when you get into Hollywood. I'm good with turning down coke. I tried it a few times, coke. It didn't stick with me, man. I didn't like it. I think I tried it like 4 or 5 times to see if it stuck with me. And it didn't stick with me, man. It wasn't nothing special, man. You know what I'm saying? I drink alcohol, though. I drink alcohol, but nah, I can't fuck with the coke. I was in Walnut Creek, some cats was giving me some coke. When I used to go to their house, and we used to hang out and shit, and they pull out some coke, and I only like did lines of coke when I was drunk. That was it. If I was sober, I'd be like, nope. But they pulled it out, and I tried it. It didn't really stick with me, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was years ago, though. That was like a decade ago. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, my main point is stick to your craft. No matter what's going on around you. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what's going on around you. Stick to your craft, because that's going to pull you out in the long run, down the stretch. You see what I'm saying? It's going to pull you out. It beats struggling in the dating market forever. That's how I look at it. Eventually, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And I'm going to be back dating again. And then when I go back to date again, I got something to come to the table with. Feel what I'm saying? Or I just might be the table. You know, you feel me? I am the table, bitches. You know, fuck coming to the table. I am the table. You know. You know. You don't get offered stuff by homeless people like drugs. Yeah. They ask me, do I have it? I'm like, no, I don't use no drugs, man. You know, but I don't hang out with people who do it much, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like my homeboy, I think my homeboy Berto showing up right now. He drinks every day. Here you go, that's him. That's Berto right there. This guy right here. He coming right now. Watch. What's up, Berto? I thought that was you, man. What's up? You doing good? You what? What's up with this, boy? Doing good? Where'd you go last night? Huh? Okay. You gonna be back down at the spot? I'll be there later. I'm gonna fly, son.
Okay.
I'll be there later. You know, Kelcat X is the table. Yeah, Kelcat X is back. You know, Berto, he's sub 5, man, so he drinks a lot. His beer is his coping mechanism and shit like that. He drinks from sun up to sun down, okay? From sun up, he just had a beer in his hand right there. He waking up drinking. I never was that type to wake up in the morning and get a drink, bro. I'm just not. I don't feel like a drink in the morning, bro. Unless I hit the jackpot, then I can see myself waking up and taking a sip and drinking all night long. See, I would have to have a reason to drink all night long. You know what I'm saying? Wake up in the morning and get a sip of beer or some Hennessy. Like Lil Wayne said, we say Hennessy in the AM or some shit like that. We could get a damn, you know, something like that. You know, I don't cope like that, man. Drinking from sun up to sundown. You know, that's not my thing. I drink after the sun goes down. That's what my thing is. Around 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I drink. Right now, I'm just on shots. I take about 5 or 6 shots of that good shit, and I'm done. I don't need to drink anymore. But these motherfuckers, man, They drink from sun down. I mean, from sun up to sun down. They coping with their situation. Cause you know, Berto, he's sub-5. He ain't had a woman either in like a long time. So he can't get a woman, so he turned to like alcohol, man. And I think he does drugs too on the side. My thing is, man, is getting the bag. That's what I'm focused on right now. What time is it? Yeah, getting the bag right now is what I need to be getting right now. I don't need to be out here, you know, drinking from sun up, sun down to cope with the situation that I'm in. Nah, that's making things worse for me. And no, I don't do drugs or nothing like that. Fuck that. I might drink, but I don't do drugs. Fuck that. Man, I tell you, if I did drugs, I would be totally different. You see my face? Do I look like I look? Does it look like I do drugs? When I smile on my pics, does it look like I do drugs? You know, on my thumbnails, when I put thumbnails and I smile, nah. I got all my teeth, except the ones in the back. They got pulled out like years ago. I got 2 teeth missing way in the back, which is better than missing teeth in the front. You know what I'm saying? But I got 2 teeth missing way in the back, like the last 2 teeth on the bottom row. You know what I'm saying? One day I woke up and my jaw was throbbing. I had to go to the hospital and get them removed like right away because they were rotting in my teeth. I mean, in my mouth. So I had to go to the hospital because the pain wouldn't stop. I was using all kinds of painkillers and numbing things to numb that up, but it wasn't working. So we had to go to the hospital and get it pulled out, and that was painful, man. They pulled the motherfuckers out, bro. I had to eat applesauce and cottage cheese and stuff like that for like a week or 2. You know what I'm saying? You know, I lost all kinds of weight. That's what I say, man. That's another thing. I get my bag. First thing I'm gonna do is fix up my goddamn teeth to the point where they're gleaming. They're pearly white. You know. Yeah, dental pain. Yeah, they no joke, man. Bro, I was in so much pain. I had to go to the hospital. I thought I could like use mouthwash to help it out. Nah. It was not. The pain was not going away. So once I took it out, once I took those teeth, those 2 back bottom row teeth way in the back, you can't notice it when I talk and shit, man, because it's the back, it's the two back teeth on the left side, on the bottom row. Man, took them out, bro, and they've been gone ever since. I gotta use some of my money, you know, in the future to replace those teeth. You know. Yeah, man. It's one of them times where I had to go to the hospital. That reminds me, I gotta go brush my teeth right after this, man. I didn't brush my teeth this morning, so I'm gonna go back to the spot and brush my teeth. Anyway, you guys have a good day, man. I just got to the spot. I'm about to fly sign, and I gotta turn my numbers in and we good. You guys have a good day. I'm out with that. Peace.